What's up everyone, my name is Socrates101 and today we are back with the first episode of Get Good. I made this I recorded a session already with this and with an NU team, etc. I was doing alright, I was actually doing pretty well, and then nothing happened because the file got corrupted and I couldn't do anything anymore. So life was terrible. Yeah, we're just, so since I'm already in top 100 or something along those lines with my Socrates MLG account at 134, I don't think it'll only be like 2 or 3 episodes for me to get into top 10 or something like that, and I cannot broadcast all my teams, so I built like 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, yeah, there we go. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm actually just going to make a new all like Socrates Get Good or something. Let me just register that because obviously I'm just gonna be doing this for a bit longer, I guess. So the first team we're gonna be using is, no, you know what? We have 4 teams, and this is gonna be Bob's team. Bob, who's I wouldn't call him a friend because I don't know him that well. But this is actually my first game in the ladder, as you can tell. But he passed me this team. He wanted to use something with the shift tree, and he uses agility Articuno, which is the thing. Yeah, and he decided to do that. So that's great. Unfortunately, this thing has Stone Edge over Rock Blast because that would have been better against a Crustle. But whatever. Yeah, I just kind of want to lead with Lantern right here, predicting like the Crustle. But this is actually a better lead off for me because now I can just really Volt Switch, and he's got the Wakandberry. That is respectable, I guess. I don't think he can do a lot. He's probably just gonna throw a Toxic my way, and I do think that Buffalon can probably take that Toxic best as he goes for America. This is a double steal. But that's dude. Wait, so this is a NU doubles team? I'm very confused. I'm not sure if Pachirisu actually gets Volt Absorb or anything along those lines. It actually does get a Volt Absorb. So he's gonna go into Pachirisu and actually get that Volt Absorb, which is a bit unfortunate, I must say. But I'm just gonna go into Rhydon because Rhydon can take everything. It doesn't particularly like Super Fangs, but we're just gonna go with it. As he goes in a Mantine predicting an Earthquake, but I actually anticipated the Wheezing, so that's why I went for Stone Edge right there. Seeing a Levitator and a Flyer, obviously, then he's more than likely gonna go into that. I do think he's more than likely just gonna go for like an Energy Ball. That Shadow Ball is definitely going to kill me. So I'm just gonna go out into my Lantern as he goes into Daddy Fur on this guy, which is odd because I gotta go in a Rhydon right here, but he's more than likely gonna go for like a superpower. Now he actually doesn't, so that's pretty good. I can just freely Stone Edge again because he's obviously gonna go into the Wheezing. That's the only thing I could really do. If I actually ended up speeding this guy, which is pretty likely, then I will end up killing it because of that crit. So the crit did matter. I'm just not too fussed about that. I'm really not. I'm just gonna lower my chair a bit if that works. Okay, so here we go. Do I still need this thing? It's gonna be nice for Stoutland, and it's gonna be nice for Crustle and Punch. Yeah, Rhydon actually shits on his team after I set up a Rock Polish and I break this thing's Sash. What's not going to be as useful is more than likely going to be this Mesprit. He's just gonna go Dazzling and predicting my shift tree. That's alright. I don't really care. I'm just gonna set up Stealth Rocks right here as he goes for Energy Ball, and that unfortunately ends up taking me out. But Articuno has got that major Spadef, and I'm just gonna set up an Agility right here as he goes into Pachirisu, which is just slightly unfortunate. But I can just freely go in a Lantern. He could well Super Fang. I'm not too bothered. I predicted the Nuzzle because he more than likely wanted to paralyze me. But he's just going to go for Super Fang right here, and I don't really care. The God is actually really bulky. I'm not going to lie. The God is pretty bulky. Fortunately, I do get the burn, but he has the Citrus Berry, so the burn didn't even end up mattering. He's more than likely going to Super Fang one more time and put me at a shitty amount of HP. But you know, you gotta take the hits sometime. I still think I'm in an alright position. I really would have liked to get my Stealth Rocks, but you got a high roll with the Energy Ball. That's what you get. He's really thinking about his play right now because obviously this Mana goes into kind of determines everything. He's probably just gonna go. I would have just gone Psychic because it's safe. But now I can just go into Articuno. I don't even need to set up an Agility. I could well do that because I lose nothing by going for it as he goes for Side Shot. I should have gone for it. Yeah, now I just straight up lose the Kadabra because I didn't actually go for, yeah, now he can freely go for the Superpower as well. I actually end up choking that one. Really badly, actually. So he goes Snarl, that's horrible. I'm going for Rock Power of my own. I wish I had Rock Blast on my instead of Rose. Wait, now I could actually win if I land the Stone Edge on the Crustle. Then Dabra is going to be slower, right? Not even sure at this point. Let me just, first things first, let me just hit the Stone Edge. Hopefully I'm faster than this Kadabra because I almost reached 400 speed and he never reaches 400 speed. So I actually right on a ends up cleaning the game. He was probably like for me. So even though I didn't play well, I still won. So that's all that counts, right? So he's a team that is very weak to my shift tree because he's got nothing that wants to actually take it off. Wuthon didn't do too well last time, but it's definitely going to get a lot better this time around, hopefully. This was healing. I prefer Toxic. Same lead, I guess. We're just gonna leave with Lantern, and I do think we could very well just go for a Trace Spec Scald because he has also nothing that wants to pick a Scald. Now, Lantern is gonna put in a number on Bouffalant, and actually Shift Tree is going to be doing very well, I think, this particular battle. Yeah, he's gonna go Dark Pulse. That's why I went Scald, because I figured he's not going to remain water type regardless, so he doesn't really resist it. Yeah, but that's still going to kill you. So you just should have done that first turn, kind of fish for the burn. But Lantern is actually getting damaged already, and now he gets a free switch into this thing, which isn't too great. I don't think he wants to go for like that grass move since I do have Bouffalant. So he's probably just gonna go for a normal type attack, but I don't want to risk that by going into my Rhydon, so I'm just gonna go into my physically defensive wall. As he does go for Horn Leech, that is just straight up a bad play. I'm just gonna U-turn here as he goes for Mega Horn. That is that's a thing you can do. gonna go out into my Articuno right here and just straight up click freeze dry, because we don't want to miss again, and I don't think he's carrying like Rock Slide or Stone Edge, which he shouldn't be doing. What we can do here is just switch in right on, take the bounce, hopefully not get paralyzed. That would be great. Then actually double into Buffalon because he's definitely gonna go for the Horn Leech this time around. Probably forgetting that my guy is Zap Super, even though his thing probably has got Zap Super as well. But he's gonna go Mega Horn. That's alright. And here he can just High Charge. I do think he more than likely wants to switch, but I'm not too fussed. Buffalon is actually pretty bulky. I didn't realize that about Buffalon until I actually started using this team. I actually put in a lot of work when I was using it at first, but it goes into Dusclops, that's alright. I'm not too worried about Dusclops in general, even though it kind of did a number on me in IEP, but whatever. I hate you. But what we're doing over here is we just basically go into Lantern, get off a couple of Choice Specs hits, and make sure we can get in Shiftry for free against this guy, because that's going to be great. He actually gave me a Choice Specs for a Choice Specs. That works. He's Choice Specs Dusclops, that's odd, but I can just keep firing off Scalds. There's no reason not to do that, as you can tell. I do 50%. There's no reason not to do that again, because he doesn't really have anything that wants to come in on this apart from Regis, and I'm not particularly fussed about Regis in general. As he goes into Rotom Fan, that works too, because this is actually a check to Rotom Fan. So once again, I'm not too bothered about what he wants to do. His Rotom doesn't gets like completely walled by this thing. Hopefully I don't get burned. Hopefully I don't get confused and I would actually die, but now it's looking like a Shiftry kind of day. He's more than likely gonna go. No, he's not. So yeah, I'm the Life Orb variant. I can just freely click knockoff right here. And I can't click SD, and he could have burned me, etc. Because I don't have SD, I have defog, which is very important to keep Articuno alive. I'm gonna go into the Sauce Buck. I'm actually just going to click Sucker Punch because I don't really need this guy for anything else. I do get a crit and I end up killing it, which is very unfortunate for my opponent, which should right about now just forfeit, but he actually decides not to. He actually decides to finish the game with us. That's great. Oh, that actually took it a lot better than I expected it to do, but Shiftry's gonna go down. That's alright. Now I can just go into my boy Buffalon over here and just hit him up with a head charge, because that is going to hurt. It's probably going to do more than Shiftry's knockoff, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, definitely a bit more. So now the only thing that he has left is a Gladeol, and what you learn when you play Pokemon is that you should never ever fear a Gladeol, as he's just setting up rocks at this point, completely giving up on everything that is life, really. So this is our second battle, and we are more than likely going to win this, as he does go for Earth Power. He got the Spadef drop, so if he went for that twice, then he would have actually killed my Buffalon. But so Socrates is getting good. We're almost at the 1100s, and I'm just gonna grab another battle, which against Lugate V, who has a pretty competent team, if you ask me. It's pretty weak to rocks. He does have a defogger, so that's alright. I do think Rhydon, after it gets up a rock polish, can do a number on his entire team. But Sock is a problem. The only thing we kind of got for that is Mesprit with the Colbur Berry. That's about it, really. So standard lead is standard. I'm just gonna lead with Lantern again. I'm just gonna fire off some Scalds. He's more than likely just wanting to set up his Stealth Frogs, but I could very well later on defog them away against these this very same Mesprit. Fortunately I did get the burn, so that allows me to actually kill it off next turn, but he's more than likely gonna go out into his own lantern. But I can very well just go to Articuno or Shift Tree on that. So it actually doesn't die. I get a shitty roll. Maybe I don't get a shitty roll. Maybe I got like the highest of rolls last time. But whatever. We'll see about that one. It goes in a sock, which is just straight up going to kill something on my team. I don't want to send a Mesprit straight away. I'm just gonna leave Lantern in right now and see how that goes. In comes Mesprit. I'm gonna set up rocks of my own. He's more than likely, if he's not choice. Now I can send him right on, which is just going. He's gonna U-turn. He is definitely going to U-turn, so I have to deal with that accordingly. But that is definitely choice Bandit Cypher, so it's more than likely a choice Scarf Sock. Doesn't carry any Evilite, and that did 26%. That's got to be Bandit Cypher, because it's not that strong. He can send in Sock right now. I'm just gonna go straight into my Mesprit. I don't want to let a second thing die to this guy. And I could probably U-turn out there. As soon as I go in a Mesprit, he doesn't want to stay in. And he's more than likely going to go predicting that and go for a knockoff. No, he actually ends up going for close combat. That's alright. He doesn't want to die, I'm assuming. This team actually has got quite the weakness. Now I'm the one with initiative, so let's turn that table around, baby girl. But what I'm gonna do is actually set up a rock polish right here, because this allows me to outspeed everything. Oh, he actually ends up taunting me. That's pretty bad. Regardless of that, I can still set up. I can still go for an Earthquake. He actually ends up defogging the hazards away, which is good for Scyther, but that's also good for my Articuno, which can sweep as soon as I damage the Lantern. He's gonna go into Mesprit because it's kind of the only thing I can do. He's gonna go knockoff. That's cool. Now he goes for another one. Not really sure what I want to do right here because yeah, he can like knock off in close combat, but then he's gonna knock off my own. He is definitely choice locked apparently, so that's good. And since he is choice bandit, he's more than likely just going to attack me. As I did tell from that one count, this guy is definitely choice bandit. But fortunately, with the Sucker Punch, we end up taking him out. Sock comes back in, that is going to kill something, at least. So I'm not too sure what I want to go down. I think I just Sucker Punch right here. I have no idea how I'm going to beat this Choice Scarf Sock because this team is incredibly weak to fighting in general. Sock is probably one of the best mons in the current meta. I do think if he wants to stay in close combat again, that a Freeze Rise should be enough to actually take him out. Otherwise, I'm going to be very disappointed in life for Articuno. Okay, that's cool. So that dies, unfortunately, and I'm just gonna go to Buffalon, because Buffalon can take on everything-ish. He's more than likely gonna go into the Lantern, because I haven't actually revealed Buffalon yet, and that makes me more likely to go out into Rhydon, but he goes into Rhydon with Simone, and as soon as he sets up a rock opponent right now, it is kind of over. As it goes for the SD. Okay, Buffalon, you can take this. so he's running the same ride on as I am, but basically I just gotta live a hit, which I don't, and that's gonna be a good game. So unfortunately I lost that game, but we're just gonna retaliate and hop back on that horse and just straight fight another one against I Am Magical. And Magical is running, let's call it an interesting team. The previous player looked competent. I wouldn't really call this a great team, but to each your own, I guess. He does have the initiative, he does have a Hitmonchan, which isn't too bad in the current meta. It's actually like B+, or just B, I have no idea. Well, it's not that great actually. He's more than likely going to lead with the Archeops, but I don't have anything that outspeeds that. So I do think my best thing to lead off with is probably Mesprit. I'm gonna go Shell Smash, actually boosting a lot of its stats. He's doing that a bit early on, if you ask me, but I can just go out into my Lantern, and I'm not sure if he wants to baton pass that into anything, or okay. Oh, fortunately that does end up taking it out, because I probably figured if he's gonna pass it into something, it's gonna be like Zipstrika. But I can freely go into Articuno right here, because this thing doesn't do anything against Articuno in general, and proceed to a quick freeze dry. He's gonna go into Hitmonchan, which is not a bad play, but this Articuno outspeeds you, so I'm just gonna Hurricane and kill you. That's actually pretty good. He goes to Zipstrika, that's alright. I'm just gonna go to Lantern. He's more than likely going to HP Grass, but that's alright. I'm not too bothered. Majority of these things are choiced, I do think. So I just want to head charge at this point. I figured he'd probably go on to Claydol, that's alright. Claydol cannot do shit to me either. But what I'm just going to do is do rinse repeat. I'm just going to go out to Articuno again as he ends up going to rocks. I have no reason to click freeze dry, to not click freeze dry. The thing I could have actually done was just go for agility right there to actually end up outspeed this guy. But I'm just gonna go in a shift tree because I don't have any better options, and it doesn't really do that well against the remaining mons on his team. Could have gone Rhydon and then like doubled into Bouffalant, predicting maybe to check if he wanted to switch up moves. But what I'm gonna do is just click Sucker Punch, considering that this thing is probably, I'm not sure if that's bulky or not. I don't know my calcs for Scyther. But what this allows me to do is just set up a Rock Polish and do a number to Scyther on actually the remainder of his team. So I'm just gonna go Stone Edge. Unfortunately I end up missing. That's actually pretty bad, especially if Zipstrika turns out to be Choice Scarf. It shouldn't be Choice Scarf, it should be Choice Specs if you ask me, because it outspeeds the world regardless. So I'm just gonna go for an Earthquake right here, and that actually ends this game, unless I end up missing a second Stone Edge, which would be very unfortunate, and that actually ends up being the case. But he goes for Rock Slide, which is a terrible play if you ask me once again, but Archeops is going to die, Rhydon is going to claim its victory once again, and that's going to be 25 minutes. We played 4 battles, won 3 of them, lost 1 of them, I do think, and that actually went rather well. The battles that we got were actually pretty decent, all of them, except maybe the last one didn't play as competent. His team was, as I said, was very interesting. He was probably trying out different stuff, but that's what I'm doing as well. I've never used a Bouffalant, I rarely ever use Mesprit. I've never used an Articuno in my life, and Shift should drop down, so obviously that's going to be pretty good. But I hope you guys enjoyed this live session, and thank you for following me on my road to get good. Basically, this has been me trying to get good at tiers again. I'm doing the NU thing. Basically, if you don't know what this is, I'm gonna go to. I usually do this at the start of the video, Socrates. Well, fuck you anyway. The thing I'm doing is I want to get to top 10 of each and every tier, like PokeAim does, even though I'm going to be struggling a lot harder than he is because he's probably a much better player than I am. Thing being though is that Anu is one of my favorite tiers. Same with Yu actually, one of my favorite tiers. And I just want to get to top 10 of every single tier. I feel like I can do that. I'm basically trying to prove a point to myself that I still got it. I'm still a good battler, and this is the way I'm trying to prove that to myself. And this is going to be a long journey, and I hope you guys will join me in that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next one.